12 days of Beardsmas 2020, day number 2. We got a new beard for you today. We got a new company, a new giveaway, and we're going to announce the winner from yesterday. So I hope your guys' December is going well. I hope you are enjoying the start of this series and excited for what's to come with it. It is one of my favorite things I do all year. So thank you guys for coming back. As always, you are appreciated. Our company for day number 2 is, of course, Royal Beardsman. I'll throw the discount code over here. That is DanC for 10% off. This company is fantastic. They're out of Florida, owned by Shan and Garrett. I've had the pleasure of meeting Shan and his family. Hopefully Garrett one day. Just really, really good people. The company is a great value and deal because of these 2 ounce bottles. They have some really wonderful scents. Some of Sam's favorite. This King's Lagoon is still to this day probably the most used in our diffusers around our house and one of the most requested by Sam as well. And they have a really cool kind of like motto or thing that they stand behind, and that's the idea of making beards more accepted in the workplace. They want this as a part of their education, as a part of their mission, to make sure people know that you are not any worse at your job because you choose to naturally let your facial hair grow. I love that about them. I connected with them right away. We are coming up on 3 years of working together, which I am so appreciative for. So thank you, Royal Beardsman, for everything you do for beards in general. Beard of the day, day 2. Today we are going to be featuring King Haile Selassie. Now this guy has a loaded history. I am just going to be scratching the surface today. If he sounds interesting to you guys, I'm asking you, please go dive deeper because there's a lot of stuff that I'm just not going to be able to cover in this short video. Well, first off, I believe he is the most well known for being the basis of the Rastafarianism movement or religion. And when you hear people like Bob Marley talk about his first encounter with Selassie, it is breathtaking to hear. He talks about him as if he is a Messiah-like, if he is God-like. And it was actually Marley's wife who first converted to being a Rastafarian, and then later Bob Marley would convert himself. But where it begins, let's go all the way back to the beginning. Selassie comes from a royal family in Ethiopia. He is then going to kind of move up the ranks to different government and political positions. I'm not going to bore you and go over each stop, but along the way, he was known as a great student. Hardworking, very talented, would learn several languages fluently, including French, but he also travels the world. He made it a point to be able to get different perspectives and views from countries all over. He said that he wanted to think from a European lens because that European lifestyle was taking over all around him. Pretty smart. Eventually, he does become the emperor of Ethiopia through different wars, through different deaths, and ways of getting promoted so he can have money for schooling. It's a loaded story. While he's there, he introduces their very first ever written constitution. Fantastic. He also sets out to abolish slavery. That's going to be one of his main goals. Doesn't exactly quite get that, but he does make it an effort throughout his entire career. Now, he did have some challenges along the way. The biggest one definitely being from Italy and Mussolini. If you know any dictators, World War II, Mussolini is infamous. Well, the Italians are going to invade. They have a bigger military, a more advanced military. They have more supplies, and they do end up taking over and occupying Ethiopia. So all of the people are then forced out in exile. They mainly go to Jerusalem. They go to Britain. They're on different ships, and this includes Selassie and his family. Well, during those 5 years, he wanted to make a speech to the UN, and he does deliver it. And this speech becomes one of the greatest speeches of all time. He becomes an icon for especially anti-fascists out there, and then eventually makes Time Magazine Man of the Year because of this, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, though, at the time, the UN did not give him much help. They did a couple things with sanctions, but it really didn't make a difference. It took 5 years for Ethiopia to get enough help, mainly from UK forces, to go back in and kick out Italy, and they were successful. He became the emperor again and set out to do some amazing things. Like I said, he wanted to be able to abolish slavery. He wanted to bring people closer and not have real big gaps between the rich and the poor, and went on to rule for like 40 years until his death. He was overthrown by a military force. They did murder him by strangling him. But the part that stood out to me that was really interesting is, so they overthrew him, they killed him, took over, and now they control the media. They came out in the media and said that he died from a prostate exam and a prostate follow-up after the exam. The doctor came out and was like, oh, hold up. No, that prostate exam was several months ago and went fine. There were no complications with that. So that was a really strange move to obviously strangle someone, but then to say he died of a prostate exam? I was going through stuff. I was like, what? So just truly wild there. But after his death, this man became an absolute legend. He is living on to this day, obviously in Ethiopia, all throughout Africa. He got the Ethiopia into the UN. He has the Rastafarian movement where he is beloved in Jamaica and all throughout the world. He's going to live on in pop culture. He's going to live on throughout music. This man is a true icon and a true legend, Haile Selassie. Giveaway time. We're going to announce yesterday's winner and then kick off what we're giving away today. So I'm going to roll the random comment generator. As long as the person that's selected follows all the rules, they're going to get it. So, bam! Congratulations, my man. Please send me a message at DanCBearded on Instagram or Dan_command@yahoo.com. For yesterday's giveaway, that was the 2-oil combo from Whiskey and Hardtack. I need to know your government name, I need to know your shipping address, and then what 2 cents would you like. For today's video, we'll announce the winner tomorrow. We are giving away a gift card for Royal Beardsman. You can get whatever you like. It is going to be a $50 gift card. That's going to be pretty cool here. To enter, all you need to do is number 1, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Number 2, leave a positive comment down below. Maybe something great happened with your family recently. Maybe you had something cool during the day. Maybe you want to give somebody a compliment out there. Just make sure it's a positive compliment. Or positive comment. It could be a compliment. We do not have enough positivity in the world right now. We need to be able to push it out there, and I'm excited to read your guys' comments. Thank you for everything. We are just getting started. DanCBearded, stay bearded and stay positive.